Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my people. What's happening? Today's video is gonna be questions that you guys have asked, because I told you guys when we hit the 1K mark of subscribers, which by the way, honestly, I'm so grateful for. You guys have been showing some mad, immense support. So I'm so grateful for you guys to even share my content and subscribe to the channel and like the video, which you guys have been doing every single video. So before we get into any of the questions, I appreciate you guys so much, and I want you to know that. And help me help more people, because there are so many more people that need this advice, that need some guidance, that need a brother or someone to show them that, yo, listen, we've got something for you. You can set up a business, have a job. There's someone who will help you with a CV. Watch this guy. He will help you, maybe motivate you to be better in your career, in your job, in your dunya. So inshallah, if you can, keep supporting, like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel and share with your family and friends. All right, so we've got a couple of questions to go through. I'm going to try keep it as short as simple. There were loads of questions asked, by the way, and I won't be able to go through all of them. So if you guys liked this video, then I'll maybe get a part 2 out. If this is something you want me to do more. To be fair, I only asked a question on Instagram for like 4 hours and I had a ton of questions. So I'm going to pick out like 8 questions which were asked a lot. And then hopefully, inshallah, we can plan around it. But let's get right into it. The first question: how did you learn all the stuff you know? Now look, I don't know a lot. I don't even know as much as I should know. But the truth of the matter is, I know a path and I'm on it at the moment, which is why I'm trying to help you guys. How I learned it? Well, to be honest with you, I got into recruitment when I was about 21, 22 years old. So I was doing a lot of sales calls at that time. I was on the phone meeting clients, going out and seeing big manufacturing companies, engineering companies, and having a one-on-one meeting with them. And in that, you learn a lot in itself. When I was growing up, I actually was playing a lot of cricket. So if anyone knows cricket, at club level, at county level, you end up playing at quite a high level. So I ended up speaking to people who were very posh at times and very formal at times. And to be honest, I learned how to speak and communicate with certain individuals in a certain manner where I wouldn't have got that skill if I didn't actually play cricket. So at the age of 11, I started playing cricket. I played until I was like 19, 20 years old. And that's where I would say I learned a big part of how I communicated with people. And then I got into recruitment and I started doing sales. I started meeting companies, starting to deal with my colleagues. On the way, I would always set up a business. I would always try sell this, try sell that, try take a product to market. So I learned a lot of things from there as well. Now, I hope that answered the question. When did I start my business? I started my business in October 2018. I started my business. I registered it before that, but I started in October 2018. So to be fair, we're coming up to 2 years, alhamdulillah, and it's been a crazy journey, to be fair. Applying for jobs online, make sure they get back to you. So I assume this is a question basically asking how you can apply for jobs and get them to come back to you. Look, don't just leave it to applying online. Send your CV to the company, apply online, but call the company up and ask them the question. Say to them, so-and-so, I've just sent my CV forward. I've just applied for a job. Can you just let me know if you've received it? I'm really interested in the role and I would really like to come in for an interview or at least a chat to just tell you why I'd be suitable for the role. You see, if you do that, then you're 10 times or you're 100 times more likely to get the job, where in comparison someone just sends their CV or applies online, because you'd be the different person. You'd stick out. So I know it's a little bit difficult, but trust me, do it and trust me, you will see some benefit from it. Next question, right? This one came up quite a bit. So I'm just going to answer this one, but it was, do you think getting married before starting a business is not smart? So I would say, in my humble opinion, it doesn't matter. Really and truly, rizq, it comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If your marriage is blessed, if you're doing everything the halal way, it doesn't matter. Why would it matter, right? So set up a business. If you want to set up a business, your wife should understand or your husband should understand. It doesn't matter. It is Allah that's going to give you the rizq. If anything, your wife or your husband will bring barakah into your money anyway. So don't worry about getting married and, oh my God, you have so many responsibilities. Yes, there's an element of you should be stable or you should have an element of a stream coming in. However, don't let that put you down. let that be your support system in starting the business that you want. So no, I don't think that getting married should put you down or hold you down at all. In fact, it should support you and help you even more. So what's a good way to start up a business? Any tips? I'd say a lot of people want to start up businesses, but unfortunately don't have the basic skills. And that's facts. If you don't know how to market, if you don't know how to take a product to market, if you don't know how to market your services, if you don't know sales, if you don't know how to negotiate or deal with objections or negotiating, these sort of things are very important skills that you guys need to learn when setting up a business. So inshallah, one day I am planning on building something for the masses, which may benefit you guys in terms of selling, negotiating objections, taking a product to market, how you can maybe take a service to market, the sort of attributes you need to have, the fact that you need to be resilient, failure will happen, dealing with tough times because everyone goes through them. But if you know someone who's gone through them and someone is saying to you, listen, don't worry, this is going to happen, we need to find an alternative, then inshallah, you guys will find it a little bit easier as well. So there is something in the pipeline. I haven't started on it, but I do plan on starting on it. So subscribe up to the channel, follow me up on Instagram, make sure to follow my socials. Inshallah, soon there will be something coming out. Probably will take months because I want it to be of benefit. But watch this space. So I had to answer this question. Because this is from one of my brothers. So I had to answer it. And it was the beard grooming tips, right? I'll be honest, this question comes up a lot. And if any of you guys have noticed, my beard went so much shorter in my last 2-3 videos. It was sad. My barber kind of messed up. And if he watches this, my man, you messed up. My beard was so nice, it was big. Maybe through YouTube I got nazar. I don't know what happened. But I put on oil. I just get like beard oil from Boots. But, make sure you're protected. Make sure you're doing your adhkars because you never know. Even your beard might get nazar, you know what I mean? So that's what I'd say to that. Do your adhkars, take care of it, grow it, and put some oil on. How to tackle cold calling clients without having confidence. Now, this is huge, so very important. For me to be able to summarize it in a 10-minute video or 2-3 minutes of this question in itself, it's very difficult. It is difficult to make cold calls to clients, but there is no doubt that if you can do it well, you can do really well in a business that you might want to start. It's a skill and it's not easy, right? So I would say that try and do it often, record yourself, go on YouTube and maybe look at some videos and pick up some tips. But more importantly, you do need to have something where you're learning from, which again, I'm not trying to push my own thing, but there is something I plan on releasing soon, inshallah, and maybe in a few months, which I do think will be of benefit and will definitely teach you how to do cold sales calls, dealing with objections and stuff like that. But I would say do them as much as you can. Get on the phone. Don't be scared. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. So just do it. And inshallah, with time, you will gain confidence. So I hope that makes sense. Now, most money I'd spend on a car. You know what? When I was 21, 22, I spent a lot on a car. At the time, the car was like £40,000, basically. And I'm not telling you this to be boastful. I'm telling you this because I'm saying that it was a mistake. So now, I probably wouldn't spend more than... I think it's subjective because if someone has £1 million, maybe they can spend £10,000 on a car, right? If someone has £10,000, they shouldn't spend £10,000 on a car, which is what usually happens, right? So I'd say, for me personally, I would only spend on a car maybe 5% of how much money I have. And even that I would say is pushing it. So if, for example, I had £100,000, I'd maybe spend £2,000 or £3,000 on a car. Because honestly, that money that you have, it's your tools. It's the tools that you have to build a business, to build something for yourself for the future. And as long as you use your money in the right way and on the right things, then you will have a prosperous, business maybe inshallah in the future. Do you believe a woman, I'd say, can hold a business too? 100%. 100%. In fact, see, as Muslims, we know sometimes it's difficult for our sisters, for our mothers, for our wives to go out and work in a situation which may not be okay. For example, if they are around like, you know, males or whatever sort of thing. Listen, I'm not going to start giving here fatwas and that. I'm not going to do that. But what I'm saying is our sisters and mothers and wives may be in situations where it's not okay for them to work, for example, right? Of course, you could easily set up a business from home, an online business, a tuition center, take a product to market. You know, you could do so much. We have the internet now, and most definitely the sisters have an amazing opportunities to set something up for themselves online. So trust me, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be coming up with more and more ideas for the sisters, for online businesses, for businesses to start with £100, for £1,000, for £10,000, businesses that you only need to focus on for 10 hours. More and more tips and ideas. So subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and make sure to share with your family and friends. And no doubt that our women can be great entrepreneurs, great business people, and, you know, genuinely build something for their future and their children, and maybe even support their husband without sacrificing their religion. That's key. Now, the last question was, and it came up a lot, and it was, how much money do you make? Right? Like, look, my people, I will tell you this. I don't think it's important to give you the exact number because there's no real benefit in it. Okay? I will say that when I was working a job, I was making 70, 80,000 pounds a year. Alhamdulillah, shukr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am doing better now, but that's not for me to be boastful to you guys. In fact, then I was more materialistic. I was spending on things that I didn't really need, things that made no sense. Now, alhamdulillah, I'm happy to like buy myself a thobe, 30, 40, 50 quid, whatever it costs, wear that, you know, I'm just happy wearing my sliders and my thobe, and I'm happy not showing off. You realize it gets to a point where you don't need to show how much money you're making, or you don't need to tell people how much money you're making. There's a trap that sometimes we fall into, and it's like, oh, he's on 50,000 pounds a year. Oh, he's on 80 grand a year. If today I sat in front of you now and said I make £500,000 a year, you guys would be like, oh, okay, that's cool, like that's good, right? But I'm telling you, we need to change our mindset, because if that £500,000 was getting wasted on things that I don't really need, and I was spending it on silly things, then I am not a role model. And I'm not saying I'm right now a role model, but you shouldn't be listening to me, because again, I am saying that you should make money to spend on silly things. That's not the point of the channel. That's not the point of what I do. The point is for you guys to be able to practice your religion with ease, to be able to practice your religion openly, to not be fearful, and to inshallah help the Muslims even more. So how much money do I make? Alhamdulillah, I make a decent amount. We have our own offices, we're doing okay, we will be expanding. I'm gonna be showing you all of that stuff on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be going abroad to set up an office. So I want to be able to show you guys that as well. So make sure you follow the channel. But look, I do okay. It's not important to know how much I make, but it's important to know that I have a little bit. I have a little bit of knowledge that I can share with you guys, and you guys can benefit from. So trust me, take me up on the offer. Let me help you guys, and let me help more and more people. So look, that is all from me today. I appreciate your guys' time. You guys are amazing. You guys have been supporting me so much. Like, I've only been on YouTube for like maybe 2 or 3 months making content regularly. So I appreciate your guys' time, support, likes, comments, and everything. You're amazing. If you can, carry on supporting. But from me to you, that is all today. We will conclude on that. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.